The long-awaited Chapter 2 of the Boruto Two Blue Vortex is finally out. We got a lot of new information in this chapter that we will be talking about in today's video. The first shocking news we hear is that Boruto and Code had met and fought each other during this time skip. Surprise, surprise! But hey, before we begin, you know the drill, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, hit the notification bell for updates from us. Boruto gave Code the scar we currently see him with, and Code in return put some sort of fear in Boruto that made him run away. There's also more information on the Ten Tails, the Otsutsuki lore, and others. We also see some of the Claw Grimes army having access to the Rinnegan. This simply means that this army is much more powerful than we all think it is. We also get to see actions from other people in the new generation, such as the InoShikaCho team fighting the Claw Grimes, and we finally get what we've all been waiting for. And that is a glimpse into Boruto's new powers, the first being Rasengan Uzuhiko. Starting from the very first, Boruto makes a crucial appearance in the Hidden Leaf Village after 3 years saving Sarada from Code. Boruto then tells Code to withdraw his Claw Grimes army because they are actually much more powerful than what Code originally intended. But of course, Code being Code shrugs it off, having no concern of whatever this is what the dialogue between the two presented to us. Now, looking back into the past 3 years, we found out that Boruto and Code crossed paths unwillingly and Code gave him some sort of beating. Code right now is ignoring Boruto's warning because, to him, in his own perspective, he's much stronger than Boruto. At least when they fought 2 years ago, that is what it gave. And this means my boy Code has an off-screen W over Boruto, and with the way Boruto is warning him to withdraw his Claw Grimes, Code scoffs at this because to him, since he bare Boruto 2 years back, he doesn't regard him as anything and he definitely won't listen to someone's warning that is below him. And my boy Boruto is not having any of this as he tells Code to still withdraw his army or he would take more than Code's left eye. This implies that Boruto gave Code the scar 2 years ago when they fought. Boruto goes ahead to tell Sarada to evacuate the rest of Konoha's citizens since the village is now under attack. We then see Team 10 fighting off the Claw Grimes while helping the rest of the villagers to vacate. This part of Chapter 2 is quite enjoyable because we get to see other members of the new generation fighting and showing us how well they've leveled up these past years. Looking back at the entire Boruto manga storyline, we don't really get to see the likes of less popular characters like Chocho, Inojin, and Shikadai. So seeing them in action after a time skip like this is certainly awesome. When it comes to fighting an army like this, side characters need to step up because at the end of the day, you cannot rely only on your main characters. Seeing the likes of Imawari and Team 10 engaging in the fight shows you that these side characters are ready to fight on the front line. Although we also see some more action from the older generations as they come to help the kids. During the pain assault on Konoha village, although Naruto was the main person fighting the 6 paths of pain, we however see other side characters helping out. Seeing the side characters fight the Claw Grimes is certainly a good thing because it's the whole village that is under attack. These Claw Grimes army are in their thousands and this is according to Code in the pre-time skip, and since 3 years have passed since then, surely their numbers must have increased drastically. So this means that the entire fight can't be relied on Team 10 alone. And I'm hoping Kishimoto realizes this and also brings back some older characters. Since the Claw Grimes army is so powerful that they won't be controlled by Code for long, the Hidden Leaf Village needs all available manpower and weaponry to fight them. And well, they definitely have this. It's quite surprising that only a little of these characters were shown, but I'm going to assume that there would be definitely more, especially once it gets animated. They probably would add more of the side characters fighting the Claw Grimes. As Team 10 fights the Claw Grimes, Himawari falls off Inojin's beast mimicry bird. As she falls, Inojin tries to save her while Kawaki kicks off one of the Claw Grimes. When the Claw Grimes is kicked away, we discover that some of them actually have the Rinnegan, which is quite mind-blowing when you think about it. Now, how useful would these Rennegans be to the Claw Grimes or how powerful would it make them? because we've actually seen some crazy abilities and fears from the previous Rinnegan users like Nagato and Sasuke, for example. So if a Ten Tails clone has access to Rinnegan, what abilities will they get to use? If they use powers like Almighty Push or Universal Pull, it definitely would be mad, and the disaster they would bring on Hidden Leaf Village would be unparalleled. But the Clawgrimes that had these Rinnegans were not seen with any special abilities, but it's just that they're much powerful than others. So if Code has Clawgrimes with the Rinnegan, it's possible that he has bigger ones that aren't human formed and are closer to being Biju-like. We've definitely haven't seen the full extent of this army yet, and with the way Boruto was warning Code about the dangers of using them and that he may not be able to control it, just shows how dangerous the army would be. Moving on, one of the Clawgrimes catches Kawaki off guard and hits him on the ground, almost going for the kill, while saying Otsutsuki, and hearing that, Kawaki, who hates being called Otsutsuki, gets pissed off. This reaffirms his hatred for the clan and how he wants nothing to do with them. Shikadai helps him and restrains one of the Clawgrimes with his Shadow Paralysis Jutsu, and then Kawaki destroys the grime with one blast from his Karma. Shikadai notices that the Clawgrime's army is massive because there's no end to them, but Kawaki cares less about that, seeing them as a goal to be accomplished. And since they are attacking the village, he has to do everything to eliminate all of them. We finally then get to see Boruto fighting in this new chapter, and this is something not just me but everyone has been looking forward to since he's just fresh off timeskip. Knowing that Boruto faced Code 2 years ago during the 3 years timeskip and he was defeated, he certainly has leveled up not only in terms of drip but also powers, as he now has a katana. Boruto is now a Kenjutsu user, and this was perfectly displayed in this chapter. As the Clawgrime surrounds Boruto, he walks in their midst with ease while doing the most typical stuff as a shonen swordsman would do, by coming up to the Clawgrimes and unsheathing his sword while walking through them as they all fall dead before him. This simply shows us how skilled he has become with the katana. And although we haven't seen much of his new power, but for him to do this, he had undergone a rigorous training to be this good. Boruto has never wielded a katana before, so for him to use it with so much ease shows us how skilled he has become when it comes to being a Kenjutsu user. The manga panel, which I really like, is where we see Boruto's swordsmanship displayed really well. Clawgrimes surround Boruto again, and this time around he unsheathes his katana and slices them in a circular motion around him. He takes down all of the Clawgrimes, and by all I mean 7 of them, in a matter of seconds. And to some extent, this shows us how powerful he had become. Code then sees that Boruto wasn't joking when it comes to his talk about the Clawgrimes. Boruto tells Code that if he keeps pressing on, he would lose every one of them. Code tries to downplay Boruto's action by saying he's been cocky, but Boruto is having none of this as he tells him that he doesn't understand the true horrors of the 10 Tails. And this catches Code unaware. This panel hints to us that Boruto might have the potential to see other people's fate. If you remember in the Naruto movie where Momoshiki was talking to Boruto, telling him that although he can't see his own fate, but he can see that of others. Since it has been 3 years, it's possible that Boruto has mastered and subdued Momoshiki, giving him access to his powers, and it's possible that he has seen the fate of the 10 Tails. This is why he's warning Code to withdraw his army. We also see Sarada fighting off some of the Clawgrimes, and she uses Chidori to go through 2 Clawgrimes with ease. This impresses other shinobis who wonders how strong she has become for a genin. She tells him that it doesn't matter what rank she is as long as she can protect the Leaf Village. After saying this, we see another Clawgrimes attack her while another ninja at the scene stops it. But the Clawgrimes bite the ninja on the neck and immediately turns into a tree. This means that it absorbed the guy's chakra and turns back to his original form. The last 2 panels of the manga are the highlight of the entire chapter as we see Boruto slowly form a Rasengan. And at the last page, we see Boruto saying Rasengan Uzuhiko, revealing to us a new power that he had acquired during the time skip. Looking up what Uzuhiko means, it means space/universe, meaning that this jutsu is sort of like a universal Rasengan. We know that he has had different types of Rasengan in the past, like Massive Rasengan and Vanishing Rasengan, to mention a few. But this one is Boruto in some way turning into a Rasengan. As we see it floating around him rather than forming a Rasengan in his hand. What do you think about the chapter 2 of Boruto Two Blue Vortex? Do let us know your opinion in the comment section below, and thank you for watching.